Jack Soccer, how you doing, man? 17-month prime, welcome back. Free says they're going to sub in Jesse. I mean, I obviously hope that happens. That would be incredible. That would be hype, but I believe they're yeah, Chaussette's here. Unfortunate, guys. Samway said, no, please. Don't sub it. He's not too hyped about the... Let's see if these guys are ready to get the last series of the day started. RCD Espanyol have a brilliant chance here to top the group with only Mouse left to play. And, you know, with Triple Trouble still having to play Reciprocity, RCD would be almost guaranteed qualification with a win here today. Reciprocity, they're trying to climb out of bottom position. Unexpected 3-1 loss to Mouse. Mouse, who started so poorly, getting swept by TT, rebounded brilliantly. So we've got RCD in the blue, and we've got Reciprocity in the orange. And we've got Chaussette in the Fennec. How about that? Do we have any of these cars? We do. Tox in the very white car. Stake in a very white car. And Samway also. Extremely white car. Kind of like it, not gonna lie. One of the better bugs that we've seen in the game. And already Tox gets the ball past one. Catches it beautifully. And demos Fair at the far post. If Reciprocity thought they were going to get, you know, an easy to read team today, then I better think again, because RCD rotate very, very quickly. They play, I think, probably the closest in style to Sandrock Gaming out of all the teams in this tournament. So if you think Sandrock Gaming are a scary team and a team that you want to see, then you should absolutely keep your eye on these guys as well. Tox from Germany, Stake Samway from Spain. First opportunity there for Reciprocity. Of course, Chaussette is going to use the most annoying car. At least most annoying boost sound. But, you know, I said it in the build-up to this match, and I'll say it again. I do think the Reciprocity have the tools to deal with RCD. They are better mechanically than Triple Trouble, in my opinion. Triple Trouble struggled against RCD because of the big mechanical skill gap, and Reciprocity shouldn't have that much of an issue, even though I think RCD might actually be the better mechanical team overall, just barely. So obviously I think Farah's more of a brains than mechanics kind of guy. But, you know, there's not as big of a gap. I think they're going to be comfortable in that matchup, and they're used to playing against RLCS level mechanics all the time. But hey, already RCD make their presence felt. Chaussette getting easily disposed of in the corner, and Tox slams the open goal. Bar down and in. That is 1-0 to RCD. Now, besides not being completely outclassed mechanically, the other reason I think that Reciprocity should be okay in this match is because they have shown ability to adapt in the past, ability to come back and really find their way into the tail end of a series, even if it starts really poorly for them. So we'll see if they can do that today. I mean, so far this has been a disastrous start. Already 2-0 for RCD, who, like NLE, are not just going to be trying to make playoffs, but going to try and beat everybody in their group on the way to doing so. They do still have the other RLCS team in the group to play. Great save by Tox. It's Chaussette with a follow-up though, and that is a great strike by Chaussette. Not the only team to get a bar down goal. Perfect hit by Chaussette in the Scarab. Launched it. Top corner. What a beauty that is. Chaussette. Bit of a quiet year so far compared to 2019, where I think at times he was the best player in the world. Reciprocity have not been as convincing in RLCS this season as they were last. They're still a scary team. They're still a team who command respect. And I know that RCD are going to be taking this with much focus and as seriously as they can. Fruity passes to himself off the sidewall. He's passed one, but Samway's back in the way. Misses his touch though, and Farah puts his shot top corner. Reciprocity are back in the game. Samway was in a good position here, but he panicked a little bit, missed the ball, and Farah's placement was too good. 2-2, Reciprocity back in it. Their game now. They're in control. They didn't have to work too hard for that one, but found the way through. It was really important that Fruity didn't lose possession while he was setting up that goal for Farah. Samway. Tackled early by Farah. Stakes alone at the back. He needs a 50-50 here. Gets one, but Farah's going to walk right through him as if he's not even there. Chaussette into the middle. Samway brings it down. First touch wasn't the fastest, but flick was. Fruity keeps it out. Reciprocity aren't getting stuck in their own half for long periods of time. They're really doing well, clearing the ball past a dangerous midfield team. Nice interception there by Farah as well. Fruity with a chance off the ceiling. He's used his first jump. There's the second. Both teams very willing to dribble. That one got away from Samway just slightly. Faked the ceiling shot. Tried to go around, but he was denied. Good match so far. Both teams really making each other work for this one. Reciprocity, if they watch RCD qualify for this tournament and watch them in the first series they played, will have expected a tough match today. That's now Stake down the middle. Flip reset. Does he have the dodge? No, he doesn't. Got the mind game underneath one. It's back in the middle for Samway. And RCD are back in front. Fruity thought that he'd done enough here, but look at that pre-jump by Tox. He's up before the bounce and he passes it perfectly into the middle. That is outrageous. And that is, in a nutshell, why RCD are so dangerous. They read bounces so early, and when they get into position to read a bounce, it's not like they're making a little soft touch on the ball. No, they're absolutely clanging it, and that has put them in front right after Reciprocity came back from 2 down. 30 seconds left. Chaussette wants to dribble out of defense. He's past one. Samway's going to easily intercept. Tox alone at the back, looking a bit awkward. Fruity's going to try and get around this one. In the middle to Chaussette. Saved well by Tox, but it's still danger. As Reciprocity tried to equalize late in the game. Stake into the middle. Farrell's going to send it back in, but that's a bounce that's not going to be difficult for Tox to read if he can get the one earlier. Oh, it slipped through though. And Reciprocity have done it again. It didn't look like this was going to amount to much as Fruity's touch just went straight towards Stake, but he ended up in a very awkward position, and credit to Fruity, he did make that difficult for Stake. It was a forced mistake, not an unforced error. And with 2 seconds left, it is a tie game again. Tox to the backboard. Stake up early. Samway rather it was. But it's another overtime today. Surely Reciprocity, after getting 2 successful comebacks in a game, are the favourites from this position. RCD came back against TT in qualifying for this tournament. They came back against TT in this very group. Same trick twice by Tox. He's looking for the demo on the back wall. That was close. Fruity did well. Now Fruity downfield, can't quite get on the end of the ball. Double touch missed, but still pressure for Reciprocity. Stake knocks it into the middle. Samway chasing after it. Very stretched thin at the moment though. RCD have to be careful. Through ball by Reciprocity is what lost them the lead with 2 seconds left. Surely Reciprocity will try that again if the opportunity is given to them. Stake bumped out position by Farah. No one is back post here for RCD. Stake was way over there on the halfway line. Chaussette dribbling out of defense again. He runs into Samway again. Stake brings it down. He gets dunked early. This is okay for RCD. Might be about to get difficult for them though, as Tox's clear goes straight towards Farah. Big read by Samway. He's blocked the Reciprocity counter-attack before it could get started. Farah switches sides. He lands on top of the ball, and all RCD lineup are in the same position here. That's almost brilliant though by Tox. He is a hair away from bumping Chaussette off that one. Another early dump up by Tox. And he's read the back wall position off Farah beautifully. Fruity on the breakaway, stopped short by Stake. Still a great matchup between two very evenly matched teams. It's a poor clear by Tox. It's intercepted well by Samway on his way back to defense. In this sort of game, you have to give the experienced team the edge. Reciprocity have been here so many times before, and they've already come back twice in this series. Great willpower, especially in a tournament that's not going too well for them. Bumps are coming flying in, but Tox avoids it, and he makes the clear happen. Called off by Samway. Now Farah in defense, he tries to dribble out. Reciprocity have to be careful though. Whenever one challenge gets beaten, there's another one coming right in, and Samway, he could have won the game right there. Stake's gonna win it, or is he? It's off the bar, bump on the goal line, keeps the ball alive. But that is a huge let-off for Reciprocity. 2 players for RCD had the game in their hands, and both times they missed the target. Reciprocity with a chance to take it. Chaussette's beaten to the ball. Fruity's demoed from the play. Infield towards Tox. Was met well by Farah. Samway gets a block on Fruity's touch. Farah's touch rather. They're just a bit quicker to the loose balls. Multiple demos coming in. Chaussette decides to go underneath the incoming dunk. Stake with a boost seal. He gets demoed for his trouble. Will RCD be able to reset and find the winning goal after missing so badly twice in a row? You know, for an inexperienced team like this, that's a big ask. Farah runs out of boosts, finds a way underneath. Stake has done well here. You know, both teams, credit to them, they have not allowed the other team to box them in to defense for long periods of time. They have been clearing the ball brilliantly. Hard hits when necessary, dribbles when necessary, 50-50s when necessary. They all find a way out of their half. It's becoming an incredibly long overtime here. No ceiling landing for Tox. He's out of the game for a while. Farah, uncontested on the sidewall. Great interference again by RCD on the recovery. They're not giving easy clears. Not giving easy pressure, rather, to Reciprocity. Reciprocity, likewise, not given easy periods of pressure to RCD. If you want a tutorial on how to clear the ball in Rocket League, just take a look at both of these teams, because this is end-to-end stuff. Farah, double touch attempt, you ran out of boost. Samway with a very poor clear down the middle. Fruity had a lot of options there, decides to just lob the ball and look for goalies. Stake avoids him once, can't get him on the second time. Get away from him rather. Double commit by Reciprocity, but they do get the ball clear. Samway, victim of the latest Reciprocity bump. That is their game plan right now. The dribbling out of defense though by RCD is getting them out of trouble so many times. Chaussette's going to try and do the same thing. Not so neither team afraid of a 50-50 when they're getting the ball away from danger. Double commit by RCD. A momentary opportunity for Reciprocity. Chaussette's got the ball down. Tox in a 1v1 with him. Manages to get in the way. Samway blocks the far post shot. Chaussette's looking for his next avenue of attack. He's had a couple of scary ground plays this game. What a game we're seeing between these two. They're testing each other to the limits. And that's a chance for Reciprocity. So much respect there by Samway. Wow. Delicious clear that is. Just a subtle pop on the ball. And now Tox gets up high. Stake was attacking that ball. He had nobody backing him up, but he's still confident enough to go for the ball. Chaussette to Farah. Crossbar for Farah. And it's cleared well by Tox. Chaussette's already in defense to deny him an opportunity. Stake looking for the double touchdown. Blocked by Fruity. Where is the opening? Everywhere you look, there's blocks and interceptions raining in for both teams. It's a real test for RCD. Like I said before, Reciprocity have been here in these positions countless times. RCD have not, but oh, that would have been some way to win it. This is looking dangerously similar to other series we've seen Reciprocity win. Chaussette starting to find openings on the ground. Here's another one. Still, RCD keeping him at bay, stopping him from getting into that final third. Pinch clear by Tox. He's had some great solo plays this game. Fruity going to try and air dribble this one away. Already over 7 minutes into overtime. Goal still miles away. Oh, that was close though. Chaussette had to work to get that one off the goal line, but he was in the perfect spot. There was really no way past him. Farah off target from close range. Samway in the corner. He's going to try and get goal side of this ball. Does so well. Although he doesn't have a lot of boost. Not made it easy for Reciprocity to dispossess him. Chaussette with a fake challenge. Hid behind the ball well. That's Farah. Into the backboard. Fruity decides to stay away from that. Not as willing to commit with the third man as RCD are. That's one of the major differences between these two teams. The aggression. Reciprocity more patient of the two teams. RCD the more unpredictable. 8 minutes into overtime. Samway flip resets the ball center. Stake looking to get involved now. Where is the goal going to come from? There's always a player ready to answer every ball that comes across. That was a great pass by Samway. Unfortunately, Stake couldn't read it. Misses the wave dash. Tox does. Farah making progress down the left-hand side. Again, Chaussette trying to dribble his way through. He's a menace on the ground. Still, to this day. He's mixing in hard hits just to keep the boys on the RCD side guessing. Samway had an opportunity to bump Fruity off the back wall there. Decided not to go for it. Stake to Tox. Into the middle. Samway's up for it. And that's a great save by Chaussette. Follow up by Stake. And almost 9 minutes into overtime, RCD take down Reciprocity. Stake puts the last shot in, but it was a full team effort to have Reciprocity scrambling like that, to have them all jumping for one save simultaneously. But every single game counts in this group. It's one of the closest ones. I think actually the closest across the board currently. But RCD, not just impressive mechanically, they are so impressive mentally as well. To go the distance and, again, nearly 2 extra games in one against Reciprocity, one of the best teams in the world, that says something about this team. What focus and what a performance. Somebody is asking, can I turn off Alpha Console? I don't actually have it on. I am doing the camera manually here. I don't like casting with director camera personally. It's just my preference. So, you know, it's a bit more difficult to cast and do the camera work at the same time, but I'll try my best to see what I can do for you guys. Sometimes we might miss something, but we won't have to watch dribbles with ball cam on. I can guarantee you that. Stake, center ball with a double, and that is followed up immediately by Samway again. RCD with the opening goal. They haven't been behind all series. That's a cracking center by Stake. Saved his dodge. Read the bounce perfectly, as they always do. The Reciprocity are in trouble. They've already seen how hard it is to get goals on RCD when they put their mind to defending. And now they're starting to see how hard it is to read these guys. Oh, that's nearly another goal. Samway off the bar with a doink no less. Reciprocity have got their work cut out here. You know, I said they weren't going to be mechanically outclassed, which I think has been the case, but they're still slightly outdone in that regard. Chaussette with another crucial save. But they can't get the ball clear right now. They're not being allowed to clear the ball. And you can bet if there's a ball coming into the middle, there's an RCD player coming in to try and do something with it. They're coming in at all angles. Fruity with the dribble clear. He's away from 2. Now the whole team's thinking about their recoveries as well. RCD never staying out of game and out of boost in offense for too long. They seem to always have boost when you switch to them. Perhaps a chance to breathe before the next crazy play. Chaussette tries to fire bottom left. He misses. And that really should have been a goal for Reciprocity. And they get punished. Chaussette misses the target. And immediately afterwards, we see Fruity committing as third man. He goes for the 50-50, and that is the danger. When you take a 50-50 as third man against the first man of the other team, you are leaving your team completely vulnerable at the back if the 50-50 doesn't go your way. 2-0 RCD. And I know this is going to be just an introduction to RCD Espanyol for a lot of you guys watching who have not seen them in their qualification for this tournament or in their opening game against TT, but this is what they do. This is a really tough team. They've been impressing everybody in the EU scene recently with their rotation, with their speed, with their mechanics, and not just that, but with their comeback potential. They've got the full package, it would seem, and they're taking it to one of the best teams in the world, one of the most successful teams in Rocket League for the past year. Probably second only to NRG in that regard. Fruity, bar down and out. That is just not good enough again for Reciprocity. We had Chaussette off the post earlier, now Fruity off the bar, now Stake with a pre-jump save on Farah's shot. Every member of Reciprocity failing to find the target in game number 2. And, you know, they don't want to go to reverse sweep territory, but that's where we're headed if they don't score soon. Came back from 2 down in game 1. Since then, RCD have locked up their defense. They haven't conceded in over 12 minutes of gameplay. Another save by Stake on a vicious infield pass. Tox works it down the line. Chaussette has to go back and try again. Farah with a crucial interception. Nothing else. At least Reciprocity are starting to read RCD's offense. They're anticipating the aggression. But even if you see it coming, it doesn't matter sometimes. It's like when you play Sandrock. You might know what they're going to do, but if the other player is good enough, that doesn't matter. He's going to get the ball past you anyway. A minute and 10 seconds left. Reciprocity have now gone 13 minutes without scoring. More, actually. And RCD, on the other side of the coin, is defending brilliantly. They always have someone ready to interfere with what Reciprocity are doing. Final minute. Will Reciprocity figure this one out? Is there a way through? Farah has a big opportunity. That's saved by Samway. You know, every shot that has gone on target for Reciprocity at the end of this game has been saved, and it's been saved by a well-positioned defender. There have been 2 chances that there was no defender ready for. There's a third one, and Fruity puts it in. Finally, Reciprocity find the back of the net. It took them some time, but the crossbar and the post are not going to save RCD this time. 26 seconds left. Can Reciprocity do it again? They've already come back from behind 3 times this series. They need to do it one more time, or else they're going to be 2-0 down in this one. Chaussette has a dodge available. High backboard pass towards an awaiting Fruity. But the speed of the RCD defense is causing problems for Reciprocity. Farah dumps it middle to Chaussette, and it's saved by Samway. That was the last chance, and it was not sent on target with enough accuracy or with enough pace by Chaussette. And you know, that's the difference in this second game. RCD have been ruthless with their follow-ups. Both goals by Samway were immediate, and they were fast, they were on target. And in the same time frame, Reciprocity couldn't hit the target. It's 2-0. RCD going to be top of the table by an even larger margin if they can keep this up. Reciprocity will be at the bottom in a disastrous position. If they want to have control of their own destiny, they need to win this. Luckily, I think no matter what happens here, there is still a chance for them. They still have triple trouble left to play, so they can put triple trouble on a 1-win, 2-loss record. And they can rely on RCD to beat Mouse for them. But you know, if they're going to go into a tiebreaker, if they're going to go into a 3-way tie to try and qualify, they need to avoid the sweep here. It's crucial. It's absolutely necessary at this point that Reciprocity get some wins in this series. The more wins they get in games, the easier they make life for themselves, the more likely they are to qualify in head-to-heads. Ideally, they would just win the series. That's a phenomenal save by Chaussette. It's another brilliant attack by RCD. Chaussette has had some good defensive plays this series. Samway staying with this one. Tox tested on the back wall. He's popped it clear somewhat. That's an unreal follow-up. What a read by Tox. He decided to just stay exactly where he was, knowing that there was no way he could improve his position than where he happened to land. And he managed to make the save in the follow-up as well. RCD are all looking for boosts. This is an opportunity for Reciprocity. And they get the ball back into the middle before RCD repositioned. It's on target, but slowly for Chaussette. Farah now into the middle. RCD have shown us now that they're more than comfortable on the defensive end of the field. They obviously have been more impressive offensively. They don't mind playing the patient game. They don't mind frustrating Reciprocity even more than they already have. Samway forward in a straight line. He had options to the right there. Infield has been one of the main avenues of attack for RCD today. Chaussette off the near post. Samway's going to pop it clear to the left-hand side of their goal. Fruity up faster than RCD. That's not easy to do, but unfortunately his touch when he arrived wasn't the best. Chaussette into the bar. Stake gets a little touch on it, and it's cleared afterwards by Tox. Chaussette again though, this is a huge chance. Slow play towards the top corner, but the shot is just not good enough. And it looks like Reciprocity will have to keep on waiting. They're going to have to keep on trying. Every time they knock on the door, the goal isn't at home. Farah tries to dribble Tox. It's not going to happen. Dribble defense has been outstanding for RCD all series long. And the longer this goes, the more you have to favor RCD, because they're the team who came out on top in the extremely long overtime. They have been defending for a long time. That's the best chance of the game, and Fruity takes it. 1-0 Reciprocity. They're finally in front. What a pass by Chaussette. Ideal position. Fruity arriving at the perfect time. And now they get a chance to play with a lead. 1:47 on the clock. RCD behind for the first time. Reciprocity's pressure has been composed, it's been controlled, it's been effective in this third game. It's been necessary, just like I said earlier. They need a win here. They need to get a couple games at least, but you know, even better, they could just win the series and make this whole group a group of teams on one win and one loss with one match left to play. Chaussette into the blue end once again. Wave dash into the position. Samway will knock that one clear. No second touch, but Stake was ready for the follow-up either way. Where's the burst of speed? Where is the surprise that RCD have been looking for all day long? It's been missing in this third game, there's no denying that. Of course, they have given themselves 3 chances at this, so they're not in a desperate position at all. Reciprocity have been ready for everything that RCD have done this third game. And this is why Reciprocity can be such a good team. They are really hard to get out of a series. Just when you think it's over, they start to reverse sweep you. They start to make plays. They start to connect their passes together. 10 seconds left for RCD. Stake takes it to the air. Samway's downfield looking for a pass. He gets it, and now Tox is there for the follow-up. Farah, with a huge block, wins the game for Reciprocity. The ball will stay down, and we might see another Game 5 yet. All Game 5s today. All actually the teams on the right-hand side of the schedule that have won them. I didn't take a look at who was on the right-hand side of this one. Let's take a glance. Oh, it's Reciprocity. So if the current pattern is going to continue, then Reciprocity will reverse sweep this one. What a result that would be for them. What a turnaround that would be. But they've got a long, hard road ahead of them if that's going to be the case. RCD have proven to be incredibly difficult to count out and to keep out of a series. Tox gets past 2, but Farah was back and positioned to intercept. Quick up by Farah, but quicker by Stake. Chaussette pops it into the middle. Tox, uncontested, decides to keep the ball floating in the blue half. Stake makes a run down the line. That's a great pass middle. Tox is following up, but Chaussette lands on it. And that's a good save by Chaussette. He has been the man on the goal line that's been keeping RCD at bay, as he often is. He's well known for his offensive dribbling plays, but his goalkeeping really is what he was initially known for when he first made a name for himself years and years ago now, before even the start of RLCS Season 1. Chaussette is a scary 1v1 player with a very similar play style to another player you might know, Scrubkilla. Both those guys were well known for their counter-attacking and their goal line stops. That's really never left their game. They're still trying to make that happen. Pre-jump from Samway, just a distraction as Tox goes straight to the top corner by himself. And they weren't far off making this happen, and it looks like Reciprocity might have given a bit too much respect to the pre-jump. They ignored the direct shot, and Tox just walks into the top corner with it. And it's RCD getting in front again so far. Every game the series has gone the team who scored the first goal. Reciprocity will be really hoping that is not the case this game. They'll have lost 3-1 twice in a row. They'll be bottom of the table by a mile with a lot of work left to do. And they'll be relying on some help from RCD in their final match, even to give Reciprocity a chance to qualify to playoffs. Stake, uncontested mid-air. Flip reset into a pre-flip touch. And Tox follows up with the open net. Reciprocity have decided not to challenge Stake for a long, long time here. And when Chaussette's touch did come in, it was after Stake changed the direction of the ball. That ruined Chaussette's plan. His touch was ineffective. All it did was take the ball away from the third man for Reciprocity. But you can call that a forced mistake as well, because it was the flip reset, pre-flip play that moved the ball mid-air last second, and it had Chaussette out of position. Farah air dribbles over one. It's a late touch by Stake and another one to put the ball wide. Trouble for Reciprocity. And it's a better looking defense for RCD than the one which lost 2 leads in game 1. Tox with a last minute save on another shot from Reciprocity, and he's too quick for Fruity as well. 2 minutes and 18 left, and just all RCD as they advance their position. 3-0. Stake with a laser to the top corner. This one was off a Chaussette touch. Fruity got bumped out the air, and Farah couldn't get the shot out of the top corner before it was in off the post. The striking for RCD has been exceptional today, and that's not been the case in all the series that we've seen. Every time that they shoot on net, it is full force. There is no power held back, and they are punishing Reciprocity over and over again. Tox with another goal line save to frustrate Reciprocity even further. Fruity's denied the infield dribble. And where do Reciprocity go from here? They've been beaten in a 9-minute overtime. They've been beaten now once in the following game where they could not score till it was far too late. You know, when you look at the shots that both teams have been able to score today, there is no denying that RCD have been the more effective strikers. They've had far more confidence in their shooting ability, and they've hit the target when it matters. Game 2 is all you need to look at to see proof of that fact. Farah tries to find the net for Reciprocity's first goal, but there's just no way through. RCD have given them far too much to do, it would seem, with no time remaining. A minute left in the clock and 3 goals behind. Surely, against an RCD team like this, that's too much of an ask, even for a team like Reciprocity. This is a disaster for them moving forwards. Oh, Stakes decided to save, or rather, Tox decided to save Stakes' shot there. That might be punished. Farah with the first goal for Reciprocity. And suddenly, we might have a game on our hands. Mistake by Tox. It was already on target for Stake. He didn't realize, perhaps, that the ball was rolling in. Tried to make a play on it, where perhaps it would have been better to just let the ball roll through. And now there's a real chance for Reciprocity. They've got 2 players for RCD out of position. Fruity brings it down, flicks it middle. Farah beats his man. It's on the line. And that was close again for our RCD team, who have looked so solid all game, and now in the final minute looking shaky. And I think it's just too little too late for Reciprocity. They tried to bring it to their opponents at the end of the game here, but they've run out of time. And RCD top Group D. Reciprocity plummet even further down to the bottom of the standings. I think they still have a chance to qualify. We're going to have to take a look at the leaderboard right now to see if that is true. But what a win. Another win for RLRS and another win for RCD. They do not follow the same pattern as every other series in the schedule today. This one does go in the favour of the team on the left hand side. But let's just give the bracket a quick refresh and see what Reciprocity have to do from here. I think they can still qualify, but I'm not 100% sure on that fact. Let's see if I pull it down here. So Reciprocity, the best possible finish for them is if they 3-0 triple trouble, which would put them on a 1-win, 2-loss series score, and it would also put them on -1 game score. Triple trouble likewise would be on -1, so Reciprocity would win that head-to-head. RCD would also have to 3-0 Mouse to take them out of contention. Yeah, that's the only way that Reciprocity can qualify, I think, is if they 3-0 TT and RCD 3-0 Mouse. The reason for that is because if, for example, RCD only 3-1 Mouse, then it would be a 3-way tie, and Triple Trouble would win that head-to-head because they have a 3-0 over Mouse. Actually, wait. That might not be true. Might not be true. I think that there could be a world where Reciprocity qualify with a 3-1 win. I think it might be possible. But, you know, without RCD sweeping the group, Reciprocity are out. That's just as simple as that. And when you look at the best possible finish that Reciprocity can get is -1. The worst possible finish that Triple Trouble can get is -1. They need a sweep. They need to sweep that, or else they're not going to tie Triple Trouble. And they need RCD to at least beat Mouse 3-1. I think that's the only way that they win. They sweep TT, and then RCD beat Mouse 3-1 or 3-0. Because Reciprocity would win a 3-way head-to-head if all 3 of these teams, TT, Mouse, and Reciprocity, end up tied at the end with a 3-0 win, Rec over TT. Reciprocity would win that head-to-head. Oh yeah, 3-2 would work as well. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, but they just need a sweep, and then they need RCD to win in that case. Yeah, that's true. So nobody's through yet. I think RCD still have to, like, you know, if RCD got swept by Mouse would actually leapfrog them in the standings. And then if TTT beat Reciprocity, they would go ahead of RCD as well. So really nothing is confirmed in Group D yet. Nothing at all. This is wide open. We've got confirmed results, or we've got confirmed teams qualified and confirmed teams eliminated in the other groups, but not Group D. It's the closest group by far. And who would have thought that Reciprocity would be bottom of the standings? They were the team that everybody thought would be top. But yeah, we've got upsets in every group, I guess, apart from Group C, which is going right now according to the seeding. It's the only group that is going according to plan. But yeah, congratulations to RCD. I'm not going to have time for an interview after today's last series. I'm sorry, guys, who want to hear RCD But I do have to go pretty quick after this one. I didn't take a look at who was on the right-hand side of this one. Let's take a glance. Oh, it's Reciprocity. So if the current pattern is going to continue, then Reciprocity will reverse sweep this one. What a result that would be for them. What a turnaround that would be. But they've got a long, hard road ahead of them if that's going to be the case. RCD have proven to be incredibly difficult to count out and to keep out of a series. Tox gets past 2, but Farah was back and positioned to intercept. Quick up by Farah, but quicker by Stake. Chaussette pops it into the middle. Tox, uncontested, decides to keep the ball floating in the blue half. Stake makes a run down the line. That's a great pass middle. Tox is following up, but Chaussette lands on it. And that's a good save by Chaussette. He has been the man on the goal line that's been keeping RCD at bay, as he often is. He's well known for his offensive dribbling plays, but his goalkeeping really is what he was initially known for when he first made a name for himself years and years ago now, before even the start of RLCS Season 1. Chaussette is a scary 1v1 player with a very similar play style to another player you might know, Scrubkilla. Both those guys were well known for their counter-attacking and their goal line stops. That's really never left their game. They're still trying to make that happen. Pre-jump from Samway, just a distraction as Tox goes straight to the top corner by himself. And they weren't far off making this happen, and it looks like Reciprocity might have given a bit too much respect to the pre-jump. They ignored the direct shot, and Tox just walks into the top corner with it. And it's RCD getting in front again so far. Every game the series has gone the team who scored the first goal. Reciprocity will be really hoping that is not the case this game. They'll have lost 3-1 twice in a row. They'll be bottom of the table by a mile with a lot of work left to do. And they'll be relying on some help from RCD in their final match, even to give Reciprocity a chance to qualify to playoffs. Stake, uncontested mid-air. Flip reset into a pre-flip touch. And Tox follows up with the open net. Reciprocity have decided not to challenge Stake for a long, long time here. And when Chaussette's touch did come in, it was after Stake changed the direction of the ball. That ruined Chaussette's plan. His touch was ineffective. All it did was take the ball away from the third man for Reciprocity. But you can call that a forced mistake as well, because it was the flip reset, pre-flip play that moved the ball mid-air last second, and it had Chaussette out of position. Farah air dribbles over one. It's a late touch by Stake and another one to put the ball wide. Trouble for Reciprocity, and it's a better looking defense for RCD than the one which lost 2 leads in game 1. Tox with a last minute save on another shot from Reciprocity, and he's too quick for Fruity as well. 2 minutes and 18 left, and just all RCD as they advance their position. 3-0. Stake with a laser to the top corner. This one was off a Chaussette touch. Fruity got bumped out the air, and Farah couldn't get the shot out of the top corner before it was in off the post. The striking for RCD has been exceptional today, and that's not been the case in all the series that we've seen. Every time that they shoot on net, it is full force. There is no power held back, and they are punishing Reciprocity over and over again. Tox with another goal line save to frustrate Reciprocity even further. Fruity's denied the infield dribble. And where do Reciprocity go from here? They've been beaten in a 9-minute overtime. They've been beaten now once in the following game where they could not score till it was far too late. You know, when you look at the shots that both teams have been able to score today, there is no denying that RCD have been the more effective strikers. They've had far more confidence in their shooting ability, and they've hit the target when it matters. Game 2 is all you need to look at to see proof of that fact. Farah tries to find the net for Reciprocity's first goal, but there's just no way through. RCD have given them far too much to do, it would seem, with no time remaining. A minute left in the clock and 3 goals behind. Surely, against an RCD team like this, that's too much of an ask, even for a team like Reciprocity. This is a disaster for them moving forwards. Oh, Stakes decided to save, or rather, Tox decided to save Stakes' shot there. That might be punished. Farah with the first goal for Reciprocity. And suddenly, we might have a game on our hands. Mistake by Tox. It was already on target for Stake. He didn't realize, perhaps, that the ball was rolling in. Tried to make a play on it, when perhaps it would have been better to just let the ball roll through. And now there's a real chance for Reciprocity. They've got 2 players for RCD out of position. Fruity brings it down, flicks it middle. Farah beats his man. It's on the line. And that was close again for our RCD team, who have looked so solid all game, and now in the final minute looking shaky. And I think it's just too little too late for Reciprocity. They tried to bring it to their opponents at the end of the game here, but they've run out of time. And RCD top Group D, Reciprocity plummet even further down to the bottom of the standings. I think they still have a chance to qualify. We're going to have to take a look at the leaderboard right now to see if that is true.